to Vivant with Dana. This time we're going to be talking about natural birth positions, and all the products that's featured today is from the premierbirthtools.com. And the products featured is a peanut ball as well as birthing charts to show you different birthing positions that you can use that are natural and that can also include your support partner in them as well. So let's get started. Okay, the Premier Birth Tools that they gave me birthing charts. As you can see, these charts shows different positions on how a mother can labor, either if she's in a hospital too, as well as home that she can use. But these instructions shows that she's in a hospital. So if you're planning on having a baby in a hospital, these positions can help you. So let's start discovering all the positions that we need to know so we can use them. Okay, the first chart contains sheet pushing using a long scarf or a long sheet that you can put over your bed underneath your comforter. That type of sheet, basically. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be preparing your sheet for tug of war. In this image right here, that is what she's doing. She's preparing her sheet for tug of war, and she's making a loop. She's making a loop in order for her to latch around the mother and for her hand to also latch around on her end as well. And after you finish your loop, the nurse holds the loop, creating a resistance. And when tug of war is proceeding, you must pull the sheet to chest using the loop for the mother, and elbows out and pushed on the sheet. So this positioning helps to create resistance in your pushing, and also helps the mother to really bear down and to really hone in on her positioning. Even if you're using a squatting bar, that can also be helpful to you as well. So these are other ways where the mother can get help in terms of bearing down and to help her to labor successfully in a more organic way by helping her to use her elements and what she may have. So this is another tool that can be very beneficial to you. And as it continues, it has different models of how the mother can labor by wrapping the sheet around her foot and allowing her legs to become even more flexible, as well as opening her pelvic outlet by allowing the legs to be pushed more backwards, and all that pressure will help the baby to expel as well. And all of these exercises are also good to practice, especially when you're going to be using all of your ligaments in the process of pushing. Becoming flexible also helps the whole laboring process and your positioning to be less strenuous. So definitely, if you like to do yoga or pregnancy yoga, that can be very, very beneficial as well. So let's move on. This is another chart for position for asymmetric OP, meaning occiput posterior. Look at this. And mind you, all of these charts, I will have them posted in the article post so you can get to see the photos, and so you can also use these positions as well. So asymmetric lunge positions, asymmetric positions, and Texas roll position. These positions helps the baby to rotate. If your baby is facing you instead of facing down. So these can help your baby to rotate as well. And these positions are very easy and they're very comfortable, and it's beneficial too, especially if you're in labor and you can use these positions in helping you to labor. And they can be very relaxing too. So the main thing is to make every single thing that you do a relaxing exercise when you're trying to expel your baby and for your baby to be born. And of course, the hands and knees positions. This hands and knees positions is commonly used when mothers are pushing, because that helps the gravity to expel, as well as it helps to relieve back pain, especially when you're tilting your spine more inward, and then when you're making your spine straighter, those exercises can also help to relieve back pain as well. So that's also a good tip. As well as the rollover techniques by Penny Simkin. These are techniques where you're utilizing a pillow. See? These right here. These techniques is when you're utilizing a pillow in between of your legs and using your hands and knees and the supports of the pillows to help elongate your back. And you're going to be standing in a doggy position. So you're going to be elevating your spinal cord, and all of that also helps for the baby to feel these movements, and then that will help the baby to rotate too. So that's also beneficial, as well as semi-sitting. When you're in labor, choosing labor positions that can help you is important. If you're uncomfortable, then that's going to prolong your labor because you're thinking about your uncomfortability. So definitely being comfortable when you're in labor is the main thing that you want to always look at. As well as belly lifting. You could use a scarf to help you to lift up your belly without you always having to use your hand, even though that's natural and you will have to. So having a scarf to help you to lift up your belly, that also helps to relieve pressure. That helps you to also be comfortable, and that also helps you to feel more together and more supported too. And that's also good for your back, because when you're holding all that weight in your abdomen, it can also make your back hurt too. So that's also good to know. And of course, the slow dancing when you're leaning on your supporter and your back is extended and you're slow dancing. That rhythmic movement can also help for the process of either if you're in labor or especially when you're experiencing contractions, those rhythmic movements are also helpful. As well as stair climbing, that also helps to get contractions going if you are in early labor and if you really want to get it going, as well as when your baby is OP. That also helps everything to move. Movement helps everything, so just keep moving. And of course, leaning forward on your supporter, your bed, your birthing balls, any methods that you can use to help you, that's important. Now, labor positions. And mind you, I have all of these charts in the blog post, so all of the information will be in the description box. And basically, this chart describes different labor positions that you can use by involving your caregiver or your labor supporter as well. Like back-to-back positions, where if I'm standing here, another person is behind me and we're back-to-back. And if I need to lean on them, they're also helping me. So that is also good. As well as slow dancing and walking in the halls, that's also good as well. As well as the hip squeezing that helps to relieve pressure. As well as that helps in the opening of your pelvis. That also helps any movement in the pelvis to help it to open and to relieve pressure. That's also good for you as well. And of course, the hand and knees positions and the stroking baby to side by using your both of your hands, or you can have help from your caregiver. That helps to massage the baby, and even can move the baby as well. So that is also beneficial. as well as the pelvic tilt down, and then the pelvic tilt up. So this is tilting up, and then this is tilting down. So this exercise is very good and can be very beneficial when you're laboring as well. And the tailor sitting and semi-sitting, any position where you're sitting can also help the baby's descension. So definitely keeping in mind that any labor positions that you use, for instance, when you're using the squatting bar, when you have this bar and you're holding on it and you're squatting, it's almost as if you're going to the bathroom. That mechanism and that gravity can help your labor progress. So using these different methods, like dangling with the supporter, with a squatting ball, utilizing your supporter to help you to create that gravity, to move that baby down, is important. And using your different elements. You can use your bed, you can use a chair, you can even lean on your supporters for comfort. And including pushing positions. Pushing positions can either be you squatting on your bed, you pushing on the side, as well as you pushing asymmetric standing. And when you're pushing, when you're sitting up, but you're positioned asymmetrically, as well as pushing on the toilet, of course with the toilet seat down, with the seat cover down, because you don't want your baby to fall in the toilet. So that can also help the gravity and place within your mind that you're going to the bathroom, and that can help everything to pick up, as well as the hands and knees pushing. That's been known to help many moms when they're laboring. So let's continue. And this other position is the Roso Positions. And this is, Roso is a Mexican shawl. And this shawl is very calming to a mother. And especially when you're in the first early stages of labor, this is if you would like to ever touch your mother, if you're a caregiver, this can also help you in gently touching the mother and and gently, helping the mother in other ways that is not genuinely used. And you can also use this in a passive movement where you're placing the shawl underneath the mother's arms while she's on the birthing ball, and helping her to sway and helping her to move, especially when she's laboring for a while and she's tired. So this helps to support her. And this shawl can also help to block out distractions by placing the scarf over the mother's head, and then putting the scarf over on your head so you and the mother can lock eyes. That helps to block out distractions and keep concentration. So that's also good. And all of these birthing positions I'll add in the article post so you can know about them, and so they can help you, as well as the scarf is also good for self acupuncture, head rocking, neck stretch, and hip squeezing and knee press. That is also good and beneficial. And also, it's great when you have back pain, the knot on the back near your rectum and near your spinal cord. That can also help you to relieve back pain as well, especially around your hips. So that is also good, as well as helping you to once again lift up your abdominal, to help you to lift up your abdomen, and it's good for squatting. It's also great for kneeling and using different birth positions that can help you. Because there's tons of birth positions that I never thought that was out there, but just by having these charts can help you to get through active labor in a calm demeanor, even though it's intense. So by doing that, these charts can help you with that too. As well as you can use your birthing bar by wrapping the Roso scarf around it and using it and grabbing hold of both ends and rolling on your birthing ball. It gives you a nice sensation that helps you when a contraction hits you really hard. So rhythmic moving and remaining focused is definitely a good thing. As well as the peanut ball, you can use the peanut ball with your Roso scarf as well. So those positions are beneficial for both mother and baby, as well as opening the pelvic outlet and allowing the process of labor to progress. And you can even use the scarves 6 weeks postpartum and closing of bones. So these scarves can also help you to transition from laboring and giving birth to a baby to helping your bones to come back together. Because when a mother is pregnant, her pelvis tilts backwards. It's no longer centered. It moves because of the extra weight of the baby, as well as all of her organs are being moved as well. So that's also a good tip to know about the Roso scarf. Now, birthing ball positions. Birthing ball positions it comes in many different forms, as well as leaning on the ball, support squatting, holding onto the ball for an epidural, an asymmetric kneel over the ball in the bed, and standing on the ball, swaying your hips, hip circles, asymmetric lunge side to side, as well as putting your feet up and positioning the ball to help you to relieve back pain. And this birthing ball is also good for rhythmic moving and to help everything to subside once a contraction hits you. So utilizing your birthing ball can help you in areas where you feel you need more support, either if it's in your hips or your tailbone, and can also help your caregivers to massage you and to give you support. But the number one thing to remember is that with a birthing ball and when you're in labor, your caregiver needs to be there, or your support, either your doula or your birth partner. They need to support you in making sure that by you swaying that you don't fall off the birthing ball. Because one thing is that it can also be detrimental to you as well as to your baby if you were to fall. So having that support and somebody holding you steadfast on a birthing ball and supporting you from not falling is also a very good thing. So moving on to our last chart, it's the peanut ball positions. And this peanut ball positions has different positions where you can use to open your pelvic outlet, and also to help you to sleep as well, and by even helping you to semi-sitting lunge. So even though you may be sitting, the peanut ball is helping your body to work without you even thinking about it, including. And it is said that the peanut ball has a success rate of lower cesareans, meaning that mothers who use the peanut ball benefit from it, which they seldom have a cesarean. And you will see me using the peanut ball in the 2 video of the natural childbirth positions, and I'll be using all of the exercises that is on this peanut ball chart. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this part 1 video of natural childbirth positions, and please stay tuned for the next one. And all of the information that you need for where you can purchase your peanut ball from premierbirthtools.com, as well as the article post so you could see the photos of the charts as well as the photos of the actual peanut ball, and more information about the history of the peanut ball and the success rates of the peanut ball as well, just so that you can sort out your options. Thank you once again, and please subscribe to this video, and I can't wait to see you for part 2.